Welcome to another edition of Crush Wrestling Views here on YouTube.com. So today, you guys, I told y'all in my last video I was going to be doing the Raw preview tonight for Monday Night Raw. Um, this is the Raw basically that's going in into the Royal Rumble this upcoming Sunday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Probably 6 p.m. Pacific or 5, I think it is. Correct me if I'm wrong, Tori. What Central Time?
Um, I believe it's
It's
7.
it's something like that, you guys. Um, so based on tonight's Raw, let's go ahead and get this right. Got some questions and stuff here. Well, it's been 3 matches that's been confirmed. Matt Riddle versus the Hurt Business in a gauntlet match for opportunity at the United States Championship. Will Matt Riddle overcome all the members of the Hurt Business to get to Bobby Lashley's United States Championship, which could possibly be this Sunday? And in my opinion, I think Matt Riddle, I'm still calling him Matt Riddle. I don't know why. I just can't call this guy Riddle. So I'm thinking that Matt
It
Riddle,
starts at 7 p.m. Eastern.
okay, 7 p.m. Eastern. So yeah, tune in, you guys, as well for that. So, so yeah, I think Matt Riddle will uh win in that gauntlet match, and he'll go on this Sunday at the Royal Rumble and face Matt Riddle for the not Matt Riddle, face Bobby Lashley for the United States Championship. So, what you got?
I believe Riddle is gonna finally get the Hurt Business off his back, but thing is, I believe Bobby Lashley's going still gonna be furious because he ain't gonna have. I think it's gonna be frustration inside the Hurt Business as far as the group.
Yeah, yeah,
So there,
yeah. Especially with what's that guy's name? Shelton Benjamin and Cedric Alexander. It's definitely going to be a you know ongoing thing with them. Costing Bobby Lashley. So, but they might cost Bobby Lashley because of last week how they just how Lashley just tagged one of them in last week and end up doing the spear and then the hurt lock.
right, and that might also cause so much frustration and problem inside the Hurt Business that he might get sick of just Hurt Business. Period.
Right. Because I'm not even really sure if he really likes, Cedric and Shelton. I mean, even though Benjamin been there for a long time, and it's like he got
I think he might be have a problem with Cedric now,
right,
but I don't think he had any problem with um, Shelton. But since Shelton is causing a problem with Cedric also, and he might take offense to the whole problems.
right,
So
right,
it might be a little decision Bobby have to make. Okay, should I help Shelton or Cedric? But even though I don't like Cedric, should I just toss both of them to the side and just
right.
call it a wrap and just mess with MVP, or just
Yeah,
decide to leave the whole Hurt Business alone? You know,
yeah. I think that Hurt Business will class part of tonight and fully at the Royal Rumble. Uh, well, next thing we got up next, another match that has been confirmed tonight for Raw is Asuka defends the Raw Women's Championship against Alexa Bliss. Simply because last week, you guys, we seen Alexa Bliss defeat Asuka, and then of course, whoever beats the champion automatically gets a title shot. So, in my opinion, what I'm thinking personally, what's going to happen is that Alexa Bliss is going to lose simply because Orton is probably going to have his song, but probably going to go like in a weird sounding thing, and she's going to look, and then she's going to get distracted, and then Oscar is going to end up winning. Will end up retaining and winning. Her Raw Women's Championship. So that's my opinion on that. That's the way I can see that it will go tonight on Raw.
Well, I could see it go that way, but then again, I also could see it go well. Last week, Charlotte Flair didn't go help at all with when Oscar got beat down. So, or she didn't show at ringside like Oscar been showing as in for her matches.
Right.
So you gotta realize. So there could be a title change. There could be a title change. I could see that happening.
Yeah, I mean
And
that would that would
because
def- that would definitely be a way to actually write off the Charlotte Flair type thing or whatever. That's some kind of way that WWE could do it. Or us as fans, we've been thinking that Charlotte, is going to get this title run against Oscar, and then all this stuff is going to be over and over again. But that could be a possibility. That's something I would like to see on Raw. But my prediction, kind of stands with Oscar retaining. But we'll definitely have to see. But I do like what you said, Victoria, about we may see a title change tonight and Alexa Bliss picking up the Raw Women's Championship once again.
but I also see there being a title change, but they always thinking, oh, Charlotte's supposed to be the savior and she's supposed to win the title back, and she's
Right.
supposed to win it back from Alexa Bliss. So, you know, she's supposed to win it. She's supposed to be like the John Cena. I'm talking about Charlotte Flair. She's supposed to be the John Cena and win it back from the Fiend of Alexa Bliss.
Right.
So I don't know.
Well,
We can see what's going to happen.
yeah, we're definitely will see what's going to happen tonight on Raw in that championship match. Um, Charlotte Flair against Shayna Baszler tonight. Will Lacey Evans and Ric Flair come out and the cost her that match against Shayna Baszler, and that would kind of pick up a feud, between those two, like a big type feud, whereas a Lacey Evans and a Charlotte, and a Charlotte Flair. But the way I think that they could possibly do this, well, like I said on my last video of Raw last week, where what's her name, Peyton Royce can, want to, team up, with her tag team partner Lacey Evans and fight Oscar and Charlotte Flair, the Raw Women's Champions. And Lacey Evans gonna say something like, "I bet you won't put your Raw Women's tag team titles on the line, now would you?" And then that match will end up happening because Shayna Baszler and Nia Jax may lose their match again with the Raw Women's you know Raw Tag Team Championships. So that's my opinion of something that WWE could possibly go that route as well. It's many routes WWE can do because Raw and well WWE in its whole thing, they can go whichever which way with doing of how they would build Lacey Evans and Charlotte Flair. So that's my opinion though.
Now, is this for this singles match or a tag team match? Because she was supposed to be asking for a rematch.
It's gonna be a single Charlotte Flair versus Shayna Baszler only. But that tag team title match may transpire until the Royal Rumble. So they're gonna probably do it then. Get their championship rematch.
Okay, well, she might. I- I'm talking about Ric Flair. Ric Flair might come down there. He might come down there and his theme music play, and then uh, what's the girl with the woman's right?
Lacey Evans.
Yeah, Lacey Evans. I think she'll come down there with Ric Flair, and they probably sit to the side at the commentary,
Sure.
and Charlotte Flair gonna be playing with her mind, and it might cost her the
Yeah.
match.
Probably the
And,
referee.
and-
Probably the referee will be so distracted, again by
right,
by Shayna Baszler.
right, and WWE have no choice, and they'll probably say, "Oh yeah, WWE have no choice but to give her the you know the tag team rematch, or something like that."
Yeah, that is definitely a possibility there. So we definitely gonna see what's gonna happen tonight. Where when
And then you'll see later on Ric Flair get yelled at in the back or something like that.
again and again and again. I already know
Right.
we already know that's gonna happen. But we definitely will see what's gonna happen tonight, where when Charlotte faces Shayna Baszler tonight in singles competition. Um, so another thing that we have, you guys, another question I came up with. Drew McIntyre returns to Raw and Goldberg returns as well. Will those two will those two have a contract signing, or will they just be face to face, as as what happened um prior to with Goldberg returning on Raw Legends tonight? So will we see a Claymore tonight? Will we see a Spear tonight? Will we see I know for sure we're not gonna see a jackhammer tonight. We may see a Spear. We may see a Claymore. So that's my opinion on that part right there.
Um, I believe there's probably gonna be a contract signing. Uh, and they might even give a gift to Goldberg, a walking stick. I don't know,
Right.
cause cause he's kind of getting an age where he needs to stay home.
Man, I'm telling you, I already know what match I want to see at WrestleMania. I'm telling you, I thought about it last night. But not to cut you off, but the match I would love to see at WrestleMania would be Seth Rollins versus Drew McIntyre. Would be a good match for WrestleMania.
I mean, that would be a nice match. Matter
Yeah.
of fact, I wouldn't mind seeing a four-way match. But the thing is, you wouldn't see that match is because, and the reason why you want to see Steph Rollins against Drew McIntyre is because Steph Rollins on SmackDown.
Yeah, I would want to see it, but with him being on SmackDown, maybe not to get off topic, but maybe for Reigns at WrestleMania could be Rollins versus Reigns once.
Yeah.
That I mean, they WWE could go that route, on the SmackDown side. So I'm just thinking of some good championship matches for WrestleMania this year.
Now, where they messed up at is, I'm gonna, like I said, I'm gonna keep on repeating it, and I know a lot of people are gonna get sick of it. They messed up is they didn't bring Karrion Cross up. They didn't bring Karrion Cross
But
up from it.
but they did. I heard a report. Not sure if it's true or not, you guys. But it's being said that Damian Priest will finally make his SmackDown debut this upcoming week. We don't. I'm not sure for sure, but it's just something just to put out there, just in case if it does happen.
Hmm.
Yep.
Only reason why I say Karrion Cross because when you look at him and then you look at his body and everything, he would be a perfect fit to go up against Drew McIntyre.
Oh heck yeah. Him or Tommaso Ciampa.
Right.
Yeah.
And like I said, they're just messing up. They just letting them sit down there.
Yeah.
It
Yeah.
might be, and I'm not even going to say, oh yeah, it's all their fault, 100% their fault, because it could be the wrestlers are. they feel like they want to stay in NXT. Because there been a lot of times Keith Lee and some of the members of NXT wanted to stay. Matter of fact, Finn Balor, he wants to stay in NXT because of his choice. So,
Yeah,
like I said,
yeah,
I don't know.
him and Adam Cole wants to, but um, Adam Cole can't call his shots of staying in the NXT brand. So there possibly will be moved up. They're just saying that for now, but they just want to surprise you. Let's go with will Orton show up tonight on Raw? Will he be out the Royal Rumble due to his injury where he suffered a fireball to the eye from Alexa Bliss 2 weeks ago on Raw?
I believe he'll show up, and I believe he'll show up with a little bit longer segment because he didn't really show up that long of a segment last week. It was like so short at the and when he showed up, it was at the beginning of the show, and you
Right,
didn't see him no more.
right.
So he'll probably show up and with a more explanation of why he's wearing that mask and what his new character is going to be or how he got burnt or something like that, and maybe shoot, you might even see the fiend.
Yeah, that was another
Um,
question I had. Will we see the Fiend return tonight on Raw as well?
and I expect, yeah, I kind of expect that you might see the fiend or some kind of hint that the fiend is going to be at the Raw,
Him up on the
not Raw, Royal Rumble,
him up.
since this is the last week.
Yep, yeah, we can definitely possibly see that. Another question I had, you guys, who will AJ Styles beat up tonight? Who will he beat up tonight? Last week he fought Ricochet, beat Ricochet. That was a great match they had on Raw last week. Um, and also Adam Pearce. I don't know if you remember this, Toy, but Adam Pearce told AJ Styles last week he needs him as his gatekeeper at the Royal Rumble. What does he mean by that? And was he talking to AJ Styles as his gatekeeper, or was he talking to Osma almost at as his gatekeeper? So I really wonder what does that mean.
I'm not sure about that. I want to say as a bodyguard, but uh, I kind of want to say AJ Styles. I want to say he's probably going to fight Ricochet again because Ricochet put up such a big fight with AJ Styles. And that was a great match. Just in case you guys missed it, it
Yeah,
was a good match.
yeah, definitely.
So
Yeah, definitely check out that, you guys, if you haven't already, but most of you guys probably have. So yeah, definitely check that match out. I gave this match, a higher rating than I did any other match last week on Raw.
yeah, and Ricochet don't like giving up, so he'll probably try to figure out some way to get another match with AJ Styles. Cause I
Yeah,
mean,
he was like, he'll probably say something like, well, I want to Ricochet come up to Adam Pearce again. Yeah, he may say something like, I want another match against you because, I need a fight. I need another fight tonight, and there's nobody to fight. So I want to fight you. Maybe they'll do something like that, but who knows? Um,
yeah, but me personally, I know AJ Styles is a great wrestler. I've seen him wrestle for years. But the thing is, I don't I don't believe that you're a great wrestler if you need a 7 foot giant as a bodyguard.
what I what I what I think is they didn't have no one. They didn't have no one else. I mean, like, okay, we all remember that time when the Raw Underground had shut down. Shane McMahon, he was running it. It's completely gone now. So Osmos, well, uh, yeah. So Osmo, he had to be in some type of role in who to be with. And with AJ Styles being AJ Styles, 18 or 19-year veteran right now in professional wrestling. With him, there's no, you can't put this big guy with Ricochet. You can't put this big guy with like any of these wrestlers on Raw. So AJ Styles
Well,
was the only
this was the
guy.
case. See, you got to remember. You remember the other big dude that fought uh Braun Strowman?
Um, Shoot. You talking about Kato? Yeah, Kato.
Yeah, Kato. You remember? You have you noticed he ain't around no more?
Yeah, I don't know where he went.
Okay, well, Kato was supposed to be in a storyline with Omos. He was supposed to be in a storyline with Omos. Omos was in training in the performance center
I
as a wrestler.
because he was, yeah, because he used to be a basketball player, a tall basketball.
Yes, and he was also one of the ninjas of um uh
Oh, that's right. That's right. He would. Yeah, that's right. I just thought about that. He was one of the ninjas that was with. Oh, what is that guy's name? Not Yoshitatsu. I'm sorry. God, what is his name? He always chased our truth. Um, I cannot think of his name. Oh my goodness. Can't think of his name, you guys. Comment down below his name in the in the comment box down below.
yeah, I can't even think of his name because he wasn't that important to me. But but the thing is, he was one of the ninjas, and like I said, it got so ridiculous because everybody knew everybody figured that out. I was like, okay, all the ninjas were Japanese except him. He was a big, tall black dude. So everybody knew who he was,
Yeah,
and
he just
so they put him in a different role. And AJ Styles was like, okay, well, I need somebody, and AJ Styles the one that promoted Omos. He,
yeah,
AJ Styles went to production, who was Daniel Bryan, and said, "Okay, I want Omos as my bodyguard." So, like I said, it didn't make sense because AJ Styles' contract was coming up. They said, "Okay, well, don't leave the company. We
right.
want you to stay in the company. We want you to wrestle for the last year or so, and we already know you're getting old, yada yada yada. You know how that goes." But they said, okay, well, take almost. You see, AJ Styles don't wrestle all the time. He wrestles like some matches,
Yeah,
and
he may wrestle like every two, excuse me, you guys, every 2 weeks or maybe. Well, yeah, I'll say
right,
2 weeks. Yeah,
it's like every 2 weeks, maybe every other week.
right,
But the thing is, he don't do all those high flying moves that he used to do.
right.
And that's why he went to Vince McMahon. He said, "I'm getting too old to do all the high flying moves that I used to do when I was
Yeah,
younger, that I was known for."
I was, I was actually thinking about. I was actually watching Aiden style matches when he was in, when he was in TNA, when he was when he was, he was the short, when he was the short haired, and he was the short haired AJ. And
Right.
I seen that match when he hit that shooting star press on that, it was like through the cage on everybody else in TNA. That man, that guy, he had he has that name. He has that name of being phenomenal. Um, but yeah, we're gonna see what AJ Styles is gonna do tonight, you guys. Um, Last week we seen Jeff Hardy face Jackson Riker. With Elias, on ringside. Elias cost Jackson Riker his match by when Jeff Hardy got on the top rope, about to hit Swanton, but Elias did whatever he did last week. Caused a disqualification. Will Jeff Hardy continue with Elias and Jackson Riker tonight on Raw, or possibly leading up to Royal Rumble, where they have a match then? In my opinion, I would have to say that this may continue. Jeff Hardy may, you know, I don't know if he is going to have Riddle with him or not, but they're probably going to do a 2-on-1 type match or whatever or something like that. Um, I don't know. I mean, it's a pointless thing, but Jeff Hardy, he's getting all his years in and all that good stuff, and we were going to see what he's going to do as well.
Now that I think that's he's still gonna have a feud with Elias, but the thing is, I think him and Jackson Ryder is gonna break up, and the reason why is I think it's finally gonna come out. Jackson Riker is the one that hit him with the car
Yeah, that, yeah, yep,
because it's starting to seem like Jackson Riker got a short temper, and
yeah,
Jackson Riker was the one that was supposed to be in the tournament for that title belt.
right.
And he's gonna come out and say, "Yeah, I'm the one that hit you with the car."
Yeah, that does seem like something that WWE could do, and I would definitely be 100% behind that once they once they do that. So definitely gonna see what's gonna happen on Raw tonight with that. But last but not least, question you guys will be, what will Retribution do tonight on Raw? Will they continue to beat up on at Xavier Woods? Every member has faced them in Retribution. Will they continue to beat up, like I said, beat up at Xavier Woods, or will they find someone else to face tonight on Raw and begin something, with them? Or will T-Bar of Retribution and Maze walk away from no, let's say Xavier Woods have a match with them tonight. Mace and T-Bar ends up just walking away and then build up something for possibly build up a little match or something at WrestleMania. I can definitely see that because Mace and T Bar are well Mace he's an okay wrestler, but T Bar he is the top guy in Retribution, as I should say. So yeah, if they fight Xavier Woods tonight, Xavier Wood is gonna win by a roll up. Good thing we didn't see no roll ups last week on Raw. Just to point it out. So what you got, Jatori, on that one?
uh, T-Bar, I think, is the real mouth of Retribution that
Right,
speaks sense,
right,
but and Mace is the strength. Now, I think that if they decide to, be a singles tag team, uh, away from Retribution, it would kind of make more sense.
right,
Cause all they do is get yelled at and talked down to, and they're getting held back in, as far as being with Masafa. But if they decide to kick Masafa out of the group, that would make sense too.
right.
Now, um, as far as I
Okay.
wouldn't also I would also wouldn't mind seeing, okay, if like Xavier tag teams with Ricochet.
Yeah,
You know,
that could be a
they
possibility.
stay. They both having problems with Retribution. They tag team with Ricochet. To, Xavier be like, oh, I got a match with them, and I know you having problems with them too. Hey, let's just tag team for one time or a couple times, and let's knock them out
Right,
and prove Mustafa wrong
right.
finally and get them off our backs. Okay, that's cool. There's a couple ways they could go with it. I don't know why they just don't pick that angle, but it is what it is on that one. But like I said, I'd rather see T Bar leave, uh,
And Mace.
and Mace leave. Now, and I'd rather see the girl leave too. That I don't like that stable, man. I don't. And it's not that I hate Masafa. Masafa was a good wrestler by himself, but he's trying to do too much as trying to be a leader for Retribution.
but but
and it doesn't fit his. It don't fit his personality.
yeah, he's not the person to be a leader of no group at all. Like not at all.
Now, if they would have thought about it, really thought it out, give it to Randy Orton or KO.
Yeah, that would have been a better, chance. Or maybe if they, call it Tommaso Ciampa and give it to him, or give it to Damien.
Right, give it to a
Anyway,
surprise out of NXT. Matter of fact, give it
I'm gonna
a
make one.
whole new fit. The whole Retribution should have been a whole new fit out of NXT.
I'm gonna make
And
I'm gonna make one prediction tonight. I'm thinking that a NXT star may make his debut tonight on Raw.
who
I
you
gotta
think?
uh well, okay, check this out. So we seen Goldberg, well not Goldberg. We like who was it? It was somebody. Well, we seen how, not to confuse anybody or anything, but we see how Goldberg. You remember there was all talk about Goldberg was gonna face Roman Reigns or whatever, for the for the title, and then he ends up showing on Raw. So how about WWE? What they could do is probably have Damian Priest come on Raw and debut then. So I can say maybe him or Tommaso Ciampa. Not sure about Karrion Cross just yet, but I hope they call him up. I hope they really. I hope. I hope they really. I really hope that they call Damian. Well, not Damian. I really hope that they do call up Karrion Cross after WrestleMania this year, and I predict that he will get to the main roster, and that I would love to see, him versus Reigns, or him versus anybody, man. I mean, the people I want to see get called up: Damian Priest, Karrion Cross, Tommaso Ciampa, maybe even Johnny Gargano. I mean, I hope somebody, one of those four, get called up, you guys. So we're definitely going to see what's going to happen on Raw tonight with all the things we done covered. Thank you all for listening to the tutorial. Now, make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe. Uh, and view all the other content of videos that I have here. I'm gonna let y'all check out some other videos that I'm gonna put here at the end of the screen. So our next video is going to be of the Raw review. Make sure you check that out as well, where we give our viewpoints, what we thought of the match, how could have been greater. We give the ratings, all the whole 9 yard. So make sure y'all check out Raw tonight and my other videos here on Chris Wrestling Views here on YouTube.com.